father of two, Jason Ireland is ready to bring his well-rounded fight game to the Pride Ring. A 7-year veteran of MMA, Ireland went on a tear in 2003, winning 9 straight fights. But his dreams were derailed in a flash when Ireland was struck and run over by a truck, literally. Now Ireland is ready to make his comeback on the biggest stage in the world. Joachim Hansen. Nicknamed Hellboy, he is one of the most feared strikers in the lightweight division. His knees have a habit of leaving opponents unconscious.
Bracket of Hansen. Oh, no! Oh, my God! Oh, my God! Incredible!
Coming off a shocking submission loss to Shinya Aoki at Pride Fighting Shockwave 2006, Hellboy Hansen has a message to send to the MMA world.
I think my style, I think I can ruin his confidence. I feel more comfortable with my punching abilities. And I also feel comfortable with my knees and stabs and ground and pound. So either way, it doesn't really matter how. As long as it happens.
Joachim Hansen is making his American debut here tonight.
As ruthless I can be, he's a target, an obstacle in the way of my glory. He has to go down.
Jason Ireland taking on Joachim Hansen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pride 33, its second coming. It's good to be back in Las Vegas. The first match in the blue corner, Jason Ireland.
Jason Ireland wearing the tartan of his family. Of course, he does have some Irish in him, and Josh, he's going to have to be one tough Irishman tonight.
Well, he certainly has shown himself to be a scrappy fighter in previous outings, but he's coming off of some serious injuries. Not to mention, he's fighting a purebred killer in Joachim Hansen.
Jason says he may not be the best in any facet of MMA, but he's damn good in all three.
And in the red corner, Joachim Hansen.
About Ireland having some Irish in him. Joachim is from Norway, and he's got a Scottish mother. So the Celt Warrior has that kind of blood running in his veins. He is called the Viking, though, in Japan. And this very international fighter has to be the favorite in the ring tonight, Josh.
I gotta agree with you. You know what? Joachim is like the reincarnation of the Vikings themselves. And when he's on, when he's doing his thing in the ring, he pretty much raises his opponents to the ground and leaves a smoking husk of a shell of a man.
And if you don't think the Norwegians are tough, well, you just ask any other Norwegian or any Swedish state, anybody up in that territory, and they will tell you the Norwegians are some of the toughest around. These two fighters matching up at 161 pounds each. Joachim Hellboy Hansen and Jason the Irish Tornado Ireland.
Introducing the first, fighting in the blue corner. He stands 5 feet and 10 inches, weighing in at 161 pounds. From the United States of America, Jason Ireland! And now weighing in the red corner, he stands 5 feet 10 inches, weighing in at 161 pounds. From Norway, Joachim Hansen!
Gentlemen, you know the rules. We all expect a good, clean, fair fight. Obey my commands, protect yourself at all times, come out ready to fight. Hook them up. Good luck.
Referee Steve Mazzagatti giving the final instructions to Hansen and Ireland. Pride 33, the second coming, back in Las Vegas.
All right, guys, here we go. Bring it on!
Here we go. 3 rounds, 5 minutes each. Ireland in the white trunks, Hansen in the black. What do you expect early on, Josh?
Well, I think Ireland's going to try and assert himself and show that he's not afraid of Joachim. Joachim, on the other hand, he's going to be looking for the shot to put him down.
And Ireland has taken Hansen down.
Now, Joachim is actually a quite accomplished grappler off of his back and has a known skill set of being able to outstrike his opponents even when he is on his back.
Ireland's going to back up, let Hansen get back on his feet.
Yeah, Joachim needs to make sure to not let those low kicks accumulate and slow him down for the later rounds.
Oh, a great leg kick almost took Hansen down. He came firing back at Ireland, and he ducked out of the way.
Stop!
We heard this story about Ireland being run over
right over here.
by
Let me get this tape fixed.
An F-350 truck.
Oh, wow.
Busted up his hip, tore him up, and now we've got a referee stoppage to check, I think, actually just an equipment problem. The laces came untied on Hansen, but Ireland run over by the truck, had to miss 18 months, and he's back. What a testament to his courage.
And I thought dislocating my shoulder was bad.
All right, so they have everything fixed up with Joachim Hansen in the black trunks, and we're back in action here in round number 1, Pride 33, MMA action, the best on the planet coming your way from Las Vegas.
Ireland seems to be working the clinch quite a bit, and he's constantly peppering those legs. I think he's really counting on that later on in the fight.
And you see Ireland with his hand down there, just a touch feel down there on those very deadly knees of Joachim. And they could come out of nowhere and finish a fight in a flash.
Get off the ropes.
Well, I've noticed that Ireland really hasn't looked to take a shot like a double leg or a single leg tackle so far, because he's probably seen a lot of highlight reels of people getting hit by that vicious knee of Joachim's.
We saw that in the walk-in video. A couple of fighters trying to do just that, and Joachim seems to know just before the fighter was going to do that. And now it's Joachim taking the advantage and taking Ireland down.
Here, I think Joachim is really going to look to unload some vicious strikes off the top. He's in good position, and he's got Ireland, on his back, pinning him to the mat, right where he wants him to be.
He's going to hold him down as he gets on his feet, and he'll go into the side.
Nice pass to side control by Joachim. He's going to work his striking game, but first he's going to try and recover and solidify that position of his so he can really land the shots that are going to count.
Ireland from Michigan and Joachim Hansen from Oslo, Norway. Joachim really trying to prove that he belongs as one of the top echelon fighters in Pride.
Oh goodness, this is not looking good for Ireland right now. give up the back for the mount, which is a little better in my opinion, but got to watch for that choke, and at this point, he has no ability to create much offense at all.
And now Hansen trying to work an air of anticipation in the crowd as Joachim tries to roll over Ireland to get better position.
Yeah, Joachim got a little high there, and it was a little bit in danger of falling off the back, but he's riding. He seems to be comfortable riding high right there. And he's looking for that choke, or at the very least, a transition to the armbar. Nice figure four, the body triangle there, taking the wind out of Ireland.
Can't really, now you see up close. And Joachim does not have the ideal position yet. Ireland hanging on.
Yeah, those gloves certainly make a big factor in trying to achieve any chokes, or even just to simply slip those arms in for any underhooks, because it adds so much bulk there. It makes it easy for your opponent to hang on and keep them locked in underneath an armpit or in the crook of any sort of arm or elbow.
And often you'll see this is the best time for a fighter to try this in the first round when you're not too slippery or sweaty. It gets harder as you go through, and Ireland gets out of it.
Sure enough, Ireland saying, hey, I'm not done here. You got me in some bad spots, but that's going to take a lot more than that to make me quit.
But that took a lot out of Ireland, looking a little bit winded here late in this first 5-minute round.
Surely that body triangle had to have taken some of his recuperative ability away when he was on the bottom. Nice roll through to take the back by Joachim.
And back where we started about a minute and a half ago.
Joachim peppering the body, trying to soften him up just in case, this fight makes it to the next round, which is looking like it might.
Under 1 minute to go in round one, scheduled for 3.
Money in the bank, they call that in boxing, hitting the body.
Ireland cannot, he may have been able to throw elbows if they're allowed, but they're not, so he's just trying to use the back of his fist, and that is very little power.
Watch back of the head.
Yeah, really, Ireland shouldn't even be concerning himself with striking right now. He really needs to achieve a better position so that he can actually get some offense off on his own, just like coming out on top right there.
There you go. At least he got the reversal, and now it's Joachim Hansen on his back. Both fighters maybe just playing out the last few seconds. No, Ireland tried to go in for the punch.
Looking for the kill. It was a good move on Ireland's part, and certainly the fight really hasn't been going his way so far. That was a good chance to find some offense. Now scoring well with the punches on top.
What a fantastic finish to that first round for Jason Ireland.
A way to stay in the fight on Ireland's part, and certainly to get in his opponent's head that he's not rolling over for him.
All right, well, we've talked about the rules of Pride. They're a little bit different here in the United States. Of course, we mentioned no elbows allowed. And at times, elsewhere in Pride fights overseas, there is some kicking allowed, but we do have 3 5-minute rounds, except for our main event will be 5 5-minute rounds, a 10-point must system. Like all boxing, illegal actions include strikes to the groin, eyes, and throat. Elbows, knees, or kicks to the head are not allowed of a grounded opponent. No biting, hair pulling, or headbutts. Quickly, Josh, do you think that any of those rule changes will affect any of the fighters tonight?
I think that these rules are certainly capable, all these fighters are capable of fighting within that, but I know a lot of these fighters here use the stomps and the knees to the grounded opponent as a really main weapon of theirs to inflict some damage and to keep their opponents guessing.
All right, we're just about set to begin round number 2. Recuperative powers will be tested right now. 1 minute between these 5-minute rounds. It is Jason Ireland in the white taking on Joachim Hansen. And Hansen really held the upper hand, as it were, a couple of times, but Ireland turned it around, and now he gets Hansen on his back.
Nice attempt at Harai Goshi by Hansen. Looking forward there, now back to the feet and sort of nullifying anything that may have happened after that takedown.
You heard that. And now Ireland in danger of being pummeled by the knees of Hansen.
That right uppercut really set him on well, I don't want to use the phrase, but he's hurt.
And it is Ireland backed into a neutral corner, and Hansen starting to pummel away with the fist. The knees buckle of Ireland, and down goes Ireland with Hansen in control.
Nice takedown by Hansen. He was looking to score some shots on the feet, but now by taking it to the ground, he's going to even things up, get his position. I think he sees the finish is within sight.
Immediately as round 2 began, Hansen took control, staggered Ireland, started kicking away in that neutral corner with Hansen in total control now.
Ireland giving up his back where he feels he's got more apt to survive any of the onslaught that Joachim is bringing. But all this time he carries Joachim's weight, he's gonna feel that as far as his conditioning.
Another big knee strike and a huge mouse under the left eye of Ireland, and I wouldn't be surprised if something's broken in there, Josh.
Sure enough, and you know what? Joachim is really sort of looking like a Terminator. He's just stalking, walking straight through everything that Ireland throws at him.
It took him 5 minutes to get warmed up, but Hansen seems to know exactly where and when to strike Ireland for the most pain.
And like I said earlier, Joachim is a purebred killer. He has got a great finishing sense, and when he sees his opponents hurt, he smells that blood. He's all over him.
Joachim looking for the moment where he can best finish this fight. He's not going to do anything rash. He is in total control. He's got Ireland hurt and tired, but now it looks like Ireland might have the arm of Hansen.
Yeah, Ireland down there looking, it's a very common attack, although it's probably easy for a guy like Joachim to block it, but he needs to pay attention and not get too relaxed while Ireland has that double wrist lock from the half guard there.
That's the thing with mixed martial arts, Josh, in any position. If you let yourself get loose just a little bit, your opponent is good enough to grab you, throw an arm bar, an ankle, anything, and finish the fight.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Sorry.
But Ireland there, sort of an interesting attack, using the heel strike on Joachim's ankle and calf.
He's got to do something to try to soften the grip that Hansen has on him.
3 minutes into the second round.
Joachim using a good escape there. Sort of, it can actually get your own double wrist lock out of that position by arching up and curling that arm that he's attacking inside your own chest.
Well, maybe right now Ireland just wants to stall things enough to get referee Steve Mazzagatti to stop the action, but so far it looks like both fighters still have an avenue of attack.
Well, Ireland is certainly dead set on keeping a hold of that arm, but it looks like he wasn't able to hold on to it anymore.
He gave it up. There was just not the leverage he needed, and now Hansen begins to creep in to try to finish this fight.
Yeah, working for that side choke. He's looking to push that elbow up across his face, duck that head under. Oh, now he decides, hey, forget it. I'm going to get mount. I'm going to take this guy out with my hammers.
Now maybe a ground and pound offense for Joachim.
Once again, a familiar position for this fight. Joachim on Ireland's back.
1 minute left in the second round.
If I'm Joachim right now, I forego the choke at this point and just start wailing on him. Let him loose and see where he goes from there. He's going to have to react eventually.
That's a good strength of Hansen, just that ground and pound, but I think he'd prefer to have Ireland on his back. He seems a little handcuffed in this position, though, Ireland does.
Yeah, he does, and Joachim keeps getting his gloves caught up, and Ireland is really good at slowing this fight down. He's losing a little bit of muscle fatigue by trying to hold on so much, but at the very least, it's keeping him in this fight.
He's still in the fight, exactly, I was going to say that. So just about 20 seconds to go in this second round, and Joachim Hansen now trying to finish it off.
Nice armbar attempt, hammer fist to get him to let go. In fact, that's one of my favorite entries into the armbar off the back, too.
Pounding on the head of Jason Ireland as the seconds tick to the end of round number 2, trying to get Mazzagatti to stop it. No, he does not. And we'll go to round 3.
Man, he held out Ireland, but that is going to stay in his mind when he's in the corner trying to recover. He's going to be thinking about that when his head is throbbing.
Just amazing action from Joachim trying to finish that fight off. But a very stubborn and who the fuck it Ireland. Well, they are a stubborn people.
The Irish stubborn? Got a little Irish in me.
All right, let's take a look at some of the replays from round 2.
Now you got Joachim here going for the armbar. Wanted to pull him straight back over the top. Instead, ends up going forward, rolling through. He knows he's stuck in that armbar with little time left. So, hey, forget it. He's a big fan of Man of War, and their whole thing is the sign of the hammer, so he decided to let his hammers down. Decides to let the hammers come down on his opponent there.
And just in the nick of time, saved by the bell, was Jason Ireland. And you saw Joachim trying to urge Steve Mazzagatti to stop the fight. but did not get anything from Mazzagatti. So we're now in the third and final 5 minutes here. Pride 33 in Vegas.
Look at the appeal by both of these guys to get it up and get the fans going here.
Hansen, not a great striker. Ireland, not a great striker either, but they're on their feet as we begin. But the knees of Hansen are some of the best in the game.
Well, Hansen is really having his way with Ireland right now. And as you say, Lon, both of these guys are not very clean strikers. They're not the kind of guys you would call strikers for their main weapons. But Joachim makes up for finesse with power.
And I think, as you mentioned early on, but I think it's worthy of underscoring, is that Ireland not going down for that double shot because of those knees are so dangerous.
I'm sure they really worked on that, or we're really going to think, you know what, this guy's clipping people's heads off with that knee as they come in, so why bother? Since initiate a clinch game and work from there.
And now, after the knee strike, he does get the shot high on the legs.
Nice high dive, more like a Greco-Roman shot. Let's see what Ireland can do on top here. He did score some strikes towards the end of round one, but he's got to know that he's got to take Joachim out or this fight is going the other direction.
Absolutely. I'm sure Hansen ahead on all cards. He has been in control except for a few fleeting moments.
Joachim working a rubber guard similar to how he got caught against Aoki. Is it a little bit of a learning how he got in trouble himself? Nice triangle set up. He's tightening it up. Ireland here has his head down, which is exactly where you don't want to be. Joachim is going to punish him until he can pull that head in, tighten that triangle up, and put him to sleep.
Ireland almost defenseless, and Steve Mazzagatti, the referee, right on top of the action, checking things out very closely as Ireland.
That triangle is getting very tight for Ireland. Joachim's now even trying to get some position by hooking under the leg and turning about perpendicular to his opponent and cutting off those arteries and putting an end to this fight. Nice transition to the armbar.
Oh, and now he's pushing back on the head with the strongest muscles in his body, and that arm going further and further back. Can Ireland hang on any further?
Just a few more inches.
He's got to raise the hips. Hansen's got to get his hips up.
It's hurting him. You can see the look on Ireland's face as he grimaces in pain.
Oh, and Hansen talking to the referee, and that is it!
Ireland verbally submitted, it seemed, from here and just had enough.
Oh, and that arm is in a big world of hurt. Joachim Hellboy Hansen gets the tap out from Jason Ireland in the third round.
Ireland certainly showed that he belonged in the ring here with guys with a caliber of fighter like Hansen. And really nothing to lose there. Stayed in the fight up until the very last minute and constantly tried to finish this match.
Literally the last, well, we go 5 minutes back in K1. That was a 2:33 of round number 3 by armbar submission. Joachim Hellboy Hansen is your winner.
Certainly got to be a nice step back onto the road of victory that he was traveling on before being abruptly overturned by Shinya Aoki in Japan on New Year's Eve.
As we mentioned, he was on a mission to prove his worth in Pride, and I think he did that very well tonight. Jason Ireland was a tough man, but goes out defeated.